What happens if you build a life around heading outside every single day, no matter what? I'm Amy Bouchatz, and you're listening to the Humans Outside Weekly Outdoor Diary, where I share with you my own insights from heading into nature every single day for at least 20 minutes, no matter the weather. What did I learn, hear, see, and experience this week as I take on the Humans Outside 365 Challenge? Come along for my insights and, yes, my more than occasional fails. This is my real life, after all. Are you ready? Let's go. You know that saying, the body keeps the score? As in, even if we don't remember with our brains the stress of the past, our bodies do, and they remind us by reacting in ways that seem confusing until we realize what's happening? Yeah, that's the thing here for the first half of November. Every year, I am so confused by why I feel like my head is about to explode for no reason. And then I remember, oh yeah. I know you believe me, but just for good measure, here's a rundown of stressful first half of November stuff since 2009. In 2009, my husband was deployed and I had an infant, and so many people had already died from our unit. It was so bad that the vice president came to our latest memorial service at Fort Lewis for 7 soldiers who were killed at once on October 27th. One day during the first week of November that year, a pair of Mormon missionaries came to our door and knocked. In what were heart-rending seconds seared into my memory, I paused and wondered if they were instead soldiers there to notify me that my husband had died. In 2012, just a week before he was supposed to deploy again, Luke instead learned he needed emergency heart surgery. In 2013, he was completely unraveling under the stress of his undiagnosed injuries, PTSD and traumatic brain injury. I won't go into it now, but take my word on this, we, his family, noticed. In 2016, this was the week of a presidential election that, regardless of how you felt about the outcome, was stressful. Same thing in 2020. And since 2018, the week of Veterans Day is the most stressful part of my job. So yes, it's a lot. And then we enter the holiday season. Yay! I don't know about you, but that comes with a lot of mixed emotions for me. There are many, many joyous parts of it that I really love. And then there's stress, year after year. And there's a lot of emotional baggage from my family. And I wish it didn't exist, but it does. And boy, does my body remember it. So yes, this is a stressful time for me. And yet, over recent years, I've been simply mind-boggled as to why I feel like it's stressful. And then something reminds me of the past. Sometimes it's Facebook's memories feature. And I think, oh yeah, no wonder I'm feeling more than a little tightly wound right now. And then I use the tools I have to make myself feel better. Now, a previous version of me had the following tools. Either some or all of them at the same time. Comfort food, a little wine or beer to wind down, a comfort movie, a long hard run, hitting CrossFit for a week of really tough but great feeling workouts. So there's nothing inherently wrong with those things in moderation, and of course anything in excess is bad. But what's not on that list, you'll notice? Heading outside. That's because until about 5 years ago, I didn't know that leaning into spending simple time outside could work as a container, if you will, to hold the stress for me and just breathe in and out and let it go a little. But that container trick is something I learned through therapy and through a few podcast guests we've had here, including Judith Stodora, a wilderness therapist. She talks about heading outside as being the perfect place to use as that container for what's heavy and stressful. You acknowledge what's going on, and you work through it mentally outside. And when you walk back inside, you leave it there to work through again later. I'm not saying that leaves all the stress outside or means you never feel the hard stuff. I'm just saying for me, heading outside helps me work through this stuff. And I know that because I've tried it and experienced it. Recently, that looked like a wander in the backwoods where I quite literally plopped down onto the snow and laid down flat for a while, watching the sky, and then just sitting there, breathing and watching and being. And it was just what I needed. And for you, I recommend you try it. When things get a little stressful or you notice that your body is, well, keeping the score, head outside and see if you can simply take deep breaths and use it to contain whatever it is you've got going on. I hope it works for you the way it's worked for me. You can see photos of all of my outdoor time, one photo a day, on Humans Outside on Facebook and Instagram. Share your photos too with #HumansOutside365. Until next time, we'll see you out there.